Good morning and welcome to the 80th Securities Markets Update for today. It's Tuesday, September 9th of 2014. Beginning with the Asian session, as always, there were a few economic releases and events today which had a slight impact on the markets during the session. Beginning with Japan, the territorial industrial activity came in unchanged in July, despite the fact that it had been anticipated to rise by 0.3%. This is also the second month in a row that comes in with no change. The Bank of Japan also monetary policy meeting minutes came in with unchanged or with no change in its policy or an unchanged in its view, as the bank keeps its optimistic outlook for the economy despite this sales tax hike. However, the bank also mentioned that inflation target is hard to be achieved in 2 years from April of 2013. In Australia, two economic figures were released today and both came in with a disappointment. The NAB Business Confidence Index eased back to 8 in August, down from 10. However, this is the first monthly decline after 4 months of consecutive gains. Finally, in Australia, also home loans increased less than expected as well, rising by 0.3% in July comparing to a rise of 0.1% in June, while it had been anticipated also, or the estimates were to rise by 1.1%. However, this is also the biggest monthly increase, or remained the biggest monthly increase since April. As for the European session today, a collection of economic figures will be released from France and the UK, which is likely to have a notable impact on the markets. In France, the trade balance deficit is expected to narrow slightly to 5 billion in July, down from 5.4 billion euros in June. In the UK, the manufacturing production may rise by 0.3% in July, which is the same monthly increase in June. The trade balance deficit also may narrow slightly from its biggest deficit since March at minus 9.4 billion pounds in June, comparing to minus 1.1 billion pounds in July. Also the UK, the industrial production may rise by 0.2% in July, comparing to a rise of 0.3% in June. And finally, the Bank of England Chairman Carney's speech will be held at 10:45 GMT this morning, which is likely to have the biggest impact on the British pound today after it fell from 1.7190 toward 1.6060s today. Most likely, the chairman may reinforce the importance of the wages growth on the first rate hike, which might weigh on the British pound also further. Finally, during the US session today, there are two economic releases from Canada and the US, which may have a slight impact on the markets. In Canada, the housing starts may decline slightly back to 197,000 in August, down from 2,000 in July. However, it is still near the highest level since November of 2012. Finally, in the US, the jobs opening in July may rise to another record high of 2.72 million in July, up from 4.67 million in June. This is it for today. You can follow us on our social media sites, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube to get the latest economic releases, reports, and analysis. Thank you for watching.